Hello, 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 and welcome to You, Me, and the Trinity's Christ Connections and Conversations.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, I don't know. I done told y'all more than once that you can't talk down there because the people can hear you while the countdown is going. But Coach J Hart,
That be my brother. He do not act right at all, man.
you be
And
talking
it,
anyway.
hey,
He do act right, man.
it's something in his teeth.
Well, you need to put that down. You need to suck on
Good
the.
Lord. This is a Christian platform, sir. We are not.
This this is
Hey,
Theraflu
tea is
mix.
tequila night.
This is Theraflu mix and cough drops. I'm trying to get over a cold before I got to go back to work. So
With a
So
splash of cognac.
no, I'm at work. We don't
rum,
just laugh.
some
Rum,
tequila. You know, that's what
tequila.
make the hot toddy.
Bourbon.
I don't
Scotch.
know about no hot toddy. I know Jesus toddy, but I don't know a hot toddy.
Whatever.
Hey, bullshit.
So tonight we are talking about the hurt that keeps on giving. Surviving church hurt. So that can be super narrow, it can be super broad, it can be everything.
Let me ask a question.
Yes.
Just jump
So
on
we
in.
can, so we can dive into it because because some people know what church hurt is, and some people just heard of it because they never experienced it, maybe. So if you can give a definition of church hurt or a example of church hurt or examples of church hurt, maybe it can broaden people horizon of understanding what we mean by church hurt.
Well, you know what? Basically, it's hurt that just happened at church or from your church leaders. I was doing a little reading, and it actually said that we should define church hurt as abuse
Mm.
because when you look at it, and so one of the examples that it gave was that one church had an unwed mother at her church, and the church said that they were going to stand behind her. And then once she delivered, the church abandoned her. So, in any other relationship, in any other situationship, would that not be considered a deep hurt? But when it comes at the hands of the people who you look to for guidance and support, that hurt tends to hurt a little more. So, church hurt is any type of pain or disappointment that comes at the hand of your church leaders or anybody from church.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to narrow it down to leaders because, baby, it be some of them lays too that
Like
can
them,
pack
baby,
some
them
punches.
some of the
Honey.
worst.
They can pack some punches, baby. So yeah. I agree with the definition of church hurt. I mean, I agree even with attributing it to abuse, abuse of power. Um,
Hmm.
for the most part. Have either one of you ever experienced church hurt? Like, what have has either one of you ever experienced being hurt inside of the church by the mouth of the saints or the actions of the saints?
Maybe not the saints, but
The,
the,
the
the, the
angel,
leaders,
the
the
angel.
leaders. No, the leaders.
Okay.
The leader. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be transparent as I normally am. I had a child out of wedlock, and it was funny how it went down because at the same time, my leader at the time was kind of going through his dealings with other female in the church while still being married, and him and his wife was going through some issues openly in the church as well. And it was like, I did my thing, you did yours, but I'm the only one that got punished. I was told my business is my business and you can stay out my business, but your business is the whole church's. business because it's displayed in front of the whole church. But you made my situation a whole lot brighter and illuminated my issue so they can stop looking at your issue. And I was like, and I was wrong for what I did. I put my leader up on a pedestal,
Mm.
and my mom was like, in so many words, she didn't say why did you do that, but she was like, maybe it's time for you to go somewhere else. And she was telling me way before this had happened, and she wanted me to go to Rob Parsons School of Ministry before I had to be. She was like, you should just go there. I'm like, no, my pastor is teaching us, and he's teaching us how to be ministers and elders, and he's teaching us the Word of God, and he's teaching us about the Bible and the hermeneutics, and he's teaching. And really, I just didn't want to leave my leader's side because I love him that much. But when he did it, it was like, that's why you wanted me to leave. Oh, okay. Huh. Then it was funny because some people came to my, had my back or whatever, and they was like, nah, he only doing that because his dirt is being displayed real quick in front of people, so he's going to illuminate your stuff. And it was funny. He came to me, I heard you be in the strip club, and I heard you be out of after hours. I said, I'm too safe to be at a strip club. Let's start there.
Come on here.
And I can't
You
even
say?
spell. I can't even spell after hours. Who saw me in the after hours? They said they saw you in the. I can't spell strip club. I went to DPS. Shoot, I spell I spell script
You ain't gonna do my school
SCH.
system. Don't you do my school system?
Right. So I'm like, who who saw that? No names. Oh, I ain't gonna say who said it. Right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it hurt because it was a person that I put on a pedestal and lifted them up to could do no wrong. But in the meantime, I'm covering your sins. I'm covering your fault, your falsehood, and you're doing it in front of a young man who wants to be a pastor. I'm looking at you for guidance as a pastor, and behind closed doors, this is what we do. Wow, okay, cool.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a slap in the face, but it was a dose of reality too. Because as my bishop says now, he had to realize that people are people, and people are going to do what people do.
So that was definitely an abuse of power in your situation.
Coach
He-
C, have you ever experienced church hurt?
I have, I have. Um, you're in some situations, and instead of people helping you, they kind of tend to want to set you up and let you fall so they can have something to talk about. And I have experienced that. I soldiered on through it. I did have some other individuals who, I could call on anytime on the day or night. It'll be like, hey, I need this. Next thing you know, it's in your email or you getting it in the mail. But it was very discouraging to be in a situation where you want to work, you enjoy what you're coming up in, but to know you're going to meet opposition at every hand. So, you know, what do you do with that? So I mean, it crushes the spirit.
I can attest to that. I have experienced church hurt. Lord, I'm not gonna get emotional. I have experienced church hurt on a level that I had just started a new job maybe 2 weeks before, and my church had this meeting. The leaders had a meeting. Little did I know this meeting was about me. So when I came inside of this meeting, I could feel the tension in the air or whatever. And all the leaders they around in a circle waiting on me to get there. And they had an issue with the fact that I don't hold my tongue with certain things. If God gives it to me to say, I'm gonna say it. If you feel some type of way about that, I need you to take that up with Jesus. Don't take that up with me. I'm gonna take that up with Jesus. I'm just being obedient. And so there were some things that were said because there was a lot of things that was going on that should not have been going on. I never aired anybody out and publicly said X, Y, and Z. It was always done. But I guess the Saints didn't like to be corrected because Saints weren't used to being corrected. And so they all had this meeting about me. And it cut me so deep because my intentions were pure. If we are let's our God right. All of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. A lot of the stuff that I am privy to shouldn't be going on. And if this is what y'all want to do, then y'all should kind of rethink the leadership position that you have. Because this out here, they're watching you and they're looking at you for accountability. And if they can't trust you, if they're being led by your hands, then you're making the whole church, my church, y'all church, everybody's church look bad. Because all they're going to see when they think about church is you. Not Jesus, but their experience with you. So we had that meeting, and I felt like I had to defend myself through the whole meeting. And I was so hurt when I left, y'all. I didn't leave my bed. I called into my brand new job. You may remember that, sissy. But I called into my brand new job at least 3 nights in a row. I couldn't even get out the bed because these were people that I loved. These were people that if they needed me, I was there. These were people that I poured into more than I even pray for, more than I even pray for myself. And so for y'all to have this meeting to make it look like my intentions were ill, that thing cut me deep. So it took a whole lot of praying, but I remember God telling me, if you just hold on, you ain't got to say damn word. You ain't got to fight damn battle. You ain't got to defend yourself. And when I promise you and tell you, I ain't have to say damn word. I ain't have to fight damn battle. I ain't have to defend myself. God defended me. And each and every mouth that was laid on me had to come back and apologize. That thing is real. That thing is real. Church hurt is a real thing, y'all. And I hate that we call it church hurt because y'all muted. I hate that we call it church hurt because it's not necessarily the church, it's people inside the church. But the church just catches the flack for it because that's the place that it happens. We don't call it job hurt. We don't call it stove hurt.
So we don't call it job hurt.
Well, people hurt our feelings at work. Let's be honest. Sometimes our feelings get rubbed a little wrong at work. Somebody might rub us wrong down to the Walmart. We don't call it Walmart hurt. But the church catches the grunt of it.
So why do you think it matters so much and it lasts so long?
Church hurt.
Mm-hmm. Well, we labeled it. We labeled it church hurt.
So because for some, we think that the church is supposed to be perfect. We think that it's supposed to be a place that we come to be healed, not further wounded. So if I came to this place, I'm already broken. I'm already broken. I'm already bringing my stuff with me. I'm already dealing with that stuff. I don't expect to come here, the place that I'm thinking I'm coming for refuge. I don't expect to come to this place and still have to fight against the same thing that I'm fighting out there. That's not what I expect.
I mean, but you call the church the hospital, or we call it the filling station. How do you go to the filling station and pull off still empty? How do you go to the hospital and still come out worse than you went in?
Come out more sick than you were when you went in.
Yeah, you most sicker. Sicker ain't even a word, but you most sicker than you was when you went in.
I was a little nauseous. I came out, my legs amputated.
Now you got multi-system organ failure.
What happened?
Well, hold on. I don't like the fact that she using medical terms that we don't even know, sister. I'm just saying.
You didn't know multi-system. So you come in, maybe with a broken arm, okay? Because you came in because your arm broke. But by the time you leave, you done had a heart attack. You done had a stroke.
Well, you've been assigned our grace.
You on dialysis. I mean, so what? I mean, they finna take out your gallbladder. So how that work? You know what I'm saying? So you come in saying, "Here I am to worship," but walk away saying, "I'm through with it all." Like, what? How do we combat that?
I found a statistic that I thought was interesting because I don't know if we really realize how big of a thing this is.
Mm-hmm.
The statistic says every year about 2.7 million church members drop their church membership every
Yeah.
year. One of the
That's
main reasons is attributed to church members leaving as a result of being hurt or wounded within the church.
That girl said hurt it. You know she was
I mean, hurt and
hurt
wounded.
it. She said hurt. She said hurt. That's DPS all the way.
DPS education.
She was at just a DPS right there. They leave hurt to dick. They leave hurt to dick. And wounded to dick. So,
but that statistic blew my mind, y'all. 2.7 million people
it don't.
year?
It don't. It don't.
It doesn't blow my
mind. No. Ready? Hurt people hurt people. And I heard a pastor say, a wounded pastor has a wounded congregation. Because all he preaching is from his wounds. If he has no healing, he's not preaching healing. He's preaching. Okay. I've seen preachers literally get up in a pulpit and beat the congregation up.
Okay, well, to counter that, there is a book out, which I haven't finished reading, but it's a book out called The Wounded Healer. And it, goes into really talking about how, as a leader, you're always going to be wounded. And you're always going to have to be, because you're always pouring out, you're always taking on outside things, you're always interceding and standing in the gap for somebody else. So you're a warrior. So if you look at it from that perspective, then everybody is preaching wounded.
I don't want to believe that though.
So
I don't want to believe that every preacher is hurting and wounded and beat up. I don't really want to believe that. It is true. I get it. But I don't want to believe that every.
I won't say every. I'm not every. I will say there's a great deal, because we all know that when you are chosen and called, you're gonna face a lot of battles. You're gonna have to fight through a lot of demons. So yeah, most definitely leaders go. I don't want to say they probably go through more, but yeah, I feel like they probably go through more.
Well, they go through more. They definitely go through more because of what they're called to. But yeah, that's what you call, Curry. It's called bleeding on the people, and that's not a good thing.
Bleeding while bleeding.
That's not no.
So if you know your leader, so let's say you are a component leader in your church, you're one of the leaders in your church, and you noted that your pastor is bleeding on the people. What barriers or what checks and balances do you implement to keep your people?
No, you were in the spirit. You were in the spirit first. Yeah.
You gotta start with you, like, because if you're no good to yourself, like, what you really gonna be able to do for somebody else? I mean, personally, I would think that at some point something would click or kick in that says, I know I'm a mess. I know I'm out here. I'm really struggling. I'm really dealing with my own stuff. I can't focus or help nobody else because of the position that I'm in. So at what point do you hold yourself accountable enough to step back and work on you?
Not only that, I think you need to find yourself a group of people that can help you withstand, because you need somebody on the left side and the right side to hold your arms up, Moses.
So y'all still ain't answering my question. So we're not talking about the leader necessarily. We are discussing the leader support system.
That's what I'm talking about. The support system. Look, you gotta find the support system.
So as the support system, even though we know that the leader has to fix it his or herself. You are support. So how are you keeping, let's say somebody come to you, you know what, I'm not talking to pastor Pastor ain't got nothing to tell me. Yada yada yada. I'm getting ready to go. How
Yeah.
you? What you gonna do?
Oh, been there, done that. Been
Let's
there,
see.
done that. I mean, you have to kind of explain that although pastor is your pastor, he is your leader, he is who you go to for guidance. He still has humanistic moments. Pastor ain't Jesus. Pastor is fighting through some things and dealing with some things too. So before you completely walk out, maybe you should ask Pastor to have a conversation on the side, just y'all two. Where you can say what you want to say and you can hear what Pastor has to say, and maybe y'all can come to some kind of medium. But you don't feed into it and be like, well, girl, I don't blame you. Go ahead and leave because Pastor a mess right now. And going, no, you have to encourage healthy communication between the two.
So
My
no
thing
one is
is,
completely healed. He, she, and giving you some of their bandages. So they taking off something to wrap you up.
But I don't know if I want your bandages touching me if they're already contaminated. I don't know if I really want you to wrap me up with your bandages and your bandages done been wrapped all up in your wounds. Now your wounds is mixing with my wounds and I ain't healing. I'm even more contaminated than I was before because now we mixing things together. I don't know if I want to put your bandages on my bandages.
well, if that's the case, then should nobody be preaching? If that's the case,
I'm not saying nobody is necessarily perfect, but I'm saying we also have to know. You have to know when you're in a space that you're not okay. You got to know when you bleeding on other folk. You
He
got.
said, he said,
Now you got a new box, brother. Come wrap me up. Let's go. But I don't want you to take yours off and give me. But come on with this new box. Come on and mend me together. But you gotta know when to save some use for you. You gotta know when it's okay to kind of step back and self-analyze. Like when I'm not 100, so, they say when you minister to somebody else, most of the time it's always for you first or whatever. But if I know I'm in the sunken place and I ain't got nothing to give nobody, I shouldn't be trying to pour out. I, I'm empty. I'm bleeding myself. I'm leaking all over the place. How can I help you? So where does accountability come in for oneself?
let's go back to the question at hand, so I
Mm-hmm.
can come up to where Kim is at.
Okay.
You always need to have a great support system. There's no pastor, no mega leader that did not have a great support system. And what the support system is supposed to be doing, it's supposed to be showing accountability. You need to make sure that y'all are holding each other up, definitely holding the pastor's feet to the fire. But the other thing is, man, it's something that I normally do every Sunday when my pastor's preaching. I'm warned in the spirit, who's ever preaching. Because I got to. I got to. And I'm an old Kojic boy, so I'm in the corner, Jesus, 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 until the cows come home. And then I might slip a couple of Jesus coming to Honda left in the Chevys, but still, I'm warned in the spirit because I understand what's at hand right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's pouring out maybe from an empty place. I'm thanking God for filling him to do what needs to be done for the day. But I'm also praying that God keep continuing to fill him while he's pouring out so he don't burn out. I've seen pastors burn out and just start talking straight out of flesh and be like, whoa, yeah, you done. Go ahead and sit down, bro. Go ahead and sit. No, ooh, you still talk. Oh, now you just talking. Yep, now you cussing and talking. Ooh, great. You know what I'm saying? So as a support system, you definitely want to be warned in the spirit. I mean, you want to call your pastor name out or call your leader name out every chance you get. Even send them a prayer, send them a song, send them some scriptures. Send them, I send my pastor YouTube clips all the time. You always want to make sure that you're doing your part as that helper to your leader. And then if somebody ever comes to me and pastor, I say, hold on, because then you just go to him and ask him for $150 for your light bill. How you didn't know that he didn't need it for his light bill, but he gave it to you. So everybody's always talking about what the pastor ain't doing, how you know he's not doing it for somebody else? And if you believe something's going on with the pastor, then you pray for him. You don't beat him. You don't beat him down even more. If he's your leader for real, you go to bat for your leader. I said this on my Facebook post because my pastor's birthday was a couple of days ago. I told you I'll ride with you until the end of me. That's my saying to you. Now, I'm gonna ride. You up, we up. You down, I'm pulling you back up so we can be up again. I'm not gonna let you slip and fall. I ain't gonna let nobody say nothing about you. Because I got this slick tongue that the good Lord gave to me. I will cut you long, deep, and wide. Keep playing with me.
Not
But I'm
long
going.
and wide.
Wide, all three of
I'm
them.
just. I'm just saying. I just want to make sure that we all understand that if that's your leader and God has given you him and or her,
You're gonna
then
ride.
you do your part.
Yeah.
You do your part because when your leader, whether in church or a supervisor at work, a team leader, an area leader at work, you want your people to ride for you.
Ride with you. You're right. You
You know what I'm
100%
saying?
correct.
So you
Right.
do what you're supposed to do on that end and watch God begin to give you the increase in the natural.
But here's the thing. You can ride with them. Like, I love my pastor to death. Like, I can say what I want to say about him, but you can say what you want to say about my pastor. I roll with my pastor to the end, but you better believe me and my pastor has some real conversations too. You better believe that. You better
No doubt.
believe
No
if there
doubt.
was something that was shady or whatever. I'm going. Hey, let's talk, bro. Like, I'm gonna
Hey,
handle them. I'm gonna handle them. But me and you still, let's have a conversation or whatever the
yep.
situation is. Like, because other than that, you are. If there's something that's going on that may not be necessarily correct, and you don't say anything about it, then you're just as guilty. When
Yes.
you love people, you have to hold them accountable. And my
That's it.
definition of riding with you is
It's holding you
riding.
accountable.
Yeah, but I'm gonna still let you know when you're right, and I'm gonna let you know
Yeah.
when you're
You
wrong
know
because
when
I
you're wrong.
expect you to do the same thing for me.
Hey, definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
So I think the
Mine's
biggest
is
thing about it is the word. That's that word again, accountability.
accountability. Yeah. Mine's is Mondays, weights and conversations at the gym. Powerhouse Gym, 7 a.m. in the morning. Me and my
Yeah,
pastor. And we there from 7:30 to like 10. And half the time we ain't lifting.
Y'all just be talking.
That's it.
I ain't mad at it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Holding up machines and stuff. Don't nobody say it. Don't nobody say that. Amen. Hallelujah.
Let
You
me
know.
ask you a question, and let's be honest. Looking at the church as a whole today, 2021, the state of the church. Where do you think the church will be in 10 years if things don't tighten up a little bit? Be honest.
Okay.
Will there be a church?
Wait, we're finished the last part of your question because it's staticked out on me.
I'm sorry. Looking at the present day church as we know it in
Mhm.
2021. What do you think it'll be? What do you think the church as a whole will be in 10 years?
I think it's going to. I think region and location is going to matter a lot. I think, honestly, as a member of the denomination here in the deep South, where we have a lot of rural churches, I do wonder about the stability of those churches, of said churches, because a lot of the population is older, and it doesn't have any new life in it. So once those seasoned saints die out, who's going to be there? Um, just like transparency. Um, I go to a small family church, and I'm the youngest member, adult member of my church. And and my children are the children there. So what happens when the older saints, go to glory one by one. And let's keep in mind, my church is one of five within a 2-minute space of each other. You can pass five churches. And
Wow.
I live, I'm in a small city. So what happens? I think I do think, however, the virtual move is going to sustain. I think it's sustained in different ways that people weren't expecting it to be able to. But I also wonder, and it's a convenient, especially for millennials, it's convenient. You ain't gotta get out your bed, you gotta fuss at them kids. You can eat your breakfast while you praising the Lord. So I wonder about. I have great concerns about the buildings, and because a lot of people aren't as involved or committed to corporate worship anymore. They feel like they worship at their house, going about their business. So I'm concerned about the in person worship.
How do we get here? Because, like, for me, not being able to do in person worship has really done something to me. Like, y'all don't know the recharge that I got just simply out of being able to go to church, to not only hear the word, but to hug my church members and to hold hands and to even pray corporally or whatever, like together, collect. Like, y'all don't know. I didn't realize how much I needed that until it was taken away from me.
Yeah. The charge I get from a good choir rehearsal. Can we just sing together?
When altar call, when you leave from the altar, baby, and your lashes run over there, your shoes done kick somewhere. You don't know how much I miss that. Like, dang, Sister Benita done got all her makeup on my good shirt, but it's all right because she got that crowd. Like, I need that. I need that, and not having that within this past like year and a half, like, it's really taking a toll on me. I have a lot. I have far more low moments than I've had in years, because when I in the past, when I was feeling some type of way or heavy, I could call my pastor and say, "Hey, is it okay that I go down to the church and just lay there and pray?" I'm just letting you know, I'm gonna just be there. I just need to just be there. But that's been taken away from me now. I gotta figure out another way to cope. Yeah, we are the church. You know, God is everywhere. We know He's omnipresent, but there's just something. I don't care what nobody say. To me, there's just something about being in that place that does something for me.
Here's why. He said, "Well, um, it is something about being in the presence of other believers that totally shifts the atmosphere. It just does. I mean, the it shapes the environment to usher in the spirit. So I mean, and mm, when your leader is bleeding, is the atmosphere suitable to be shifted?
When your leader is bleeding and we are in a worship environment and we are all together, when you hurt, I hurt. When I see you going through and you can't fight and push for yourself, and I got just this much strength, you better believe I'm gonna use this much strength to get you back to where you need to be. I ain't worried about me, because right now my leader or my sister or my brother, they in a place, and I might be in a little small place too, but right now my mission is to get you up. Let's hold hands, let's pull each other up. Because see, with you down on your knees and me standing up, you dragging me down. I'm gonna use this little bit of strength I got to pull you up. We need one another. I don't care what nobody say. We need one another.
We do, like we do. So, getting back to the topic, how somebody said to me the other day that there's a old cliche that says time heals all wounds. Does it? Does time heal? Just, oh, I left because of this right here. 5 years later, you should be all right. So does time heal all wounds? What is
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Communication sometimes heals all wounds. Honesty heals all wounds. Hard conversations. I don't even say that they heal all wounds, but they help to mend them. But no, time don't heal all wounds because I may be dealing with some stuff that I went through 20 years ago. 20 years done passed, you would think your girl will be over it, but no.
so? That was my next point. Do all wounds heal?
Mm.
The thing is, I think the thing is a lot of us are missing is that you actually gotta want to heal. Some of us like the wound that we're in. Some people like the place that they're in because they can always go back to pointing a finger at that person. The reason why I'm here. Well, I'm here because of you. Well, I'm here because of her. Well, my mama said this, or my daddy said this. So I'm always able to point the finger at somebody else because where I'm at. But we never take the time to actually pull ourselves up and say, hey, if mama and daddy gone, if grandma gone, if the person that molested me is dead and gone, why am I still holding myself hostage in this place? Sometimes we don't have the to
Mm.
move from wounded to heal. Sometimes we like the fact because I get hey, guess what? Hey, Coach E, guess what? Kim hurt me, but I can always tell Kim, remember when you did that to me? I'm still hurt by it, and I can make her feel
Sometimes
real low.
we don't want to
Like,
heal because being hurt gets us attention.
yeah, the hurt
Woo,
gets us attention.
child.
So if I stay hurt long enough, I can get the attention from my mama, get the attention from my dad, I can get the attention from my husband, I can get the attention from my wife, I can get the attention at work because now at work they gonna send me to counseling because I'm hurting and I
Y'all know
still
y'all
get paid.
how you go to the hospital to the ER and they put that thing on your wrist
Uh-huh,
and,
yeah,
and you ain't been you done been treated and been home 4 days and you still got that thing
they still
on
got that bracelet on.
because you
They
want
got
people
bracelet.
to say what happened to you?
That's
What's
it.
wrong with you?
That's
To
it.
get your attention.
Listen, I went to Cheddar's last weekend, and the hostess had a hospital bracelet on. I noticed it. Now you at work, so
Why you still got that bracelet on?
why you still got that bracelet on?
Cause it got her
I just
attention.
said,
Why they let you work though?
I ain't. Hmm.
I said, why they let you at work with the bracelet? Like,
It got
and
her
do
attention.
yeah,
How many times do you think somebody asked her when she came up to that table, what happened to you?
right.
What's wrong
It,
with you?
that's it. Some people are
She,
attention seekers.
she completely healed because she at work. But she still got that bracelet on and want folks to ask her about that painful place that she was supposed to be in. Instead of moving forward in her healing, she want to stay stuck because that get her attention.
Oh, child. So, church hurt. Is it the hurt that keeps on giving?
Only if you let it.
If you let it. That's exactly what I was
Only,
going to say.
only if you let it. I think after the old cliche, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
I think people forget the part that you got to want to do better.
Mm.
You can know better.
Mm.
People who rob, steal, and kill know better,
Yeah.
but they still do what they do. You gotta want to do better. Same thing is you gotta want to be able to get over that church hurt. Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, you never thought it was gonna come from him, her, them, they, we, it, anybody else. You didn't think it was gonna come from them, but you gotta realize, just like Bishop says, people are people, and they are going to do people things. You have to realize that you can't control people. You can't, and you can't fault people for what they do because just like Bishop Jake said, some people don't know no better because that's all they were taught. And if all you were taught was this much, how can I fault you for not knowing this much?
So, sis, you want
Brother
to read the
Butler.
comment? You want to read the comment, child?
Brother Butler.
We give more attention to the hurt that we see and neglect the hurt that we feel more. Yeah, I mean,
What do you do with clothes on, Doc?
the hurt that we see is only magnified because, like you said, we see it. It's a visible thing. But the stuff that actually wounded us, we totally forgot about because people don't know about that. They can only see the broke arm. They can't see the stick in the heart.
Look, go, sissy, go.
No, you go ahead because I might go somewhere else. Go ahead.
But it's the hurt that you're feeling is what is perpetuating the hurt that you see.
And it hurts more coming from somebody that you know and love versus somebody you don't really care nothing about. I really don't care what nobody on the street have to say about me. But when it's somebody that I love and confided in and that I trust, and I find out that they coming for me, that thing hurt. I don't care what my neighbor say about me. I don't like her no way. I don't care what she got to say because I got something to say about her too. But when it comes from your circle, your core, the place that you are supposed to find refuge.
That part. The place I'm supposed to be able to be vulnerable at. How you gonna take my vulnerability and stab me in the back with it? But I brought it to you because I thought that this was my safe place. Same thing with church. That's why it hurt so bad. I brought it to the pastor. Didn't know the pastor was gonna tell my whole business. Now I'm getting text message. Dang, bro, you molested a girl 10 years ago, and now you about to go to jail for what? Wait, how you find out? Because the only person I told was.
Okay, disclaimer, that ain't his truth.
No, that's not my truth.
That was just an example.
That was just
an example. It was. Because
and the crazy thing is, but watch this. But watch this. The crazy thing is, y'all had to get that disclaimer.
Yep.
That's the sad part. Because somebody's gonna go like, Coach J said he about to go to prison.
Woo, God.
Prison.
Like what? Really?
Okay. So what do we do, y'all? Y'all know I like to talk about solutions to these here problems because church hurt is a problem. And it ain't nothing new. I expect if we really dug and we probably ain't got to dig deep, there was a little church hurt in the Bible. So this ain't new.
No, it ain't nothing new. But this is the thing I try to tell people whenever I preach, man. I'm transparent. I'm like, look, I'm transparent because I'm hurt. I hurt. I hurt too. I messed up too. I'm still trying to get this thing right too. I was hurt and I have hurt people. But this is the thing I found. I only hurt people because I was hurt and I didn't want nobody to see my hurt. So I figured if I hurt you first before you hurt me, or if I hurt you first before you saw my hurt, God, I think we got to be honest with folks. Be like, hey, we all are hurting. And if we're going to be in this circle together, we need to be able to pull on each other. I need somebody to hold my arms up too when I'm going through. Because I need to win this battle as well. Just like if y'all were going through something, y'all need somebody to hold your arms up so y'all can win this battle. Because as long as your arms are up and you thanking and praising God, you're winning. But as soon as your arms go down, it's sad that somebody in your corner, in your core group, will let your arms drop.
Whoa! I'ma hold you.
Woo!
How you my dog? And you let my arms drop?
Don't try.
Oh, I forgot. You want my place. That's right. I forgot. Oh, you think you me? You think you owe 80K? Hey, you can't have it because you ain't died. like, bro, like, really? Like, because I told people, like, I don't care what position somebody want to get. If you want it, please have at it. Mm-hmm. We're going through the same thing at work right now. They sabotaging people to show that they can't do the job and they can do. Take my spot. They not gonna take my pay from me, but take my spot. Here you go. Have at it. I ain't want it no way. You can have it. Go ahead.
Um, I always like to say, because my daddy say this, and I don't took it from him, but
Daddy!
the heart of the problem is a problem of the heart, and until
Jesus.
people get
Shut
their
up.
heart,
My,
until
my.
people get their hearts right.
Girl, I'm about to run around this.
Let me say
I'm
it
about
one
to,
more time.
Say it
The
I'm about to
again.
heart
run around this
of the
coffee table.
problem
Say it again.
is the heart of the problem is a problem of the heart, and until the folks that go to church every Sunday really get they align their hearts and their minds to really execute the word, until they decide that they want to actually do the good works of the Father, until they actually want to let their light shine, until they actually want to help their fellow man, until they actually want to love their neighbor as you love yourself. There's nothing going to change.
Can
Man,
I?
tell your daddy we want to bring him back
Yeah,
on the
we're
show
gonna
to
need him
interview him
anyway.
again.
We're
We
gonna
about
need
to go
him.
get him. Him and mama.
I,
They said that interview. Shoot.
I have one last question. Do you feel, and be honest, do you feel like people expect too much out of the church? And
Yes.
let me clarify.
Yes.
Okay, somebody dies, right? They out in the street, they living all the way wrong, and they get, God forbid they get killed. Um, at the club,
In the
they
club.
come to the church house and want the church to eulogize them, use the space, give everything to them for free because it's the church. But they never ask the club owner for a dime. Do people expect too much out of the church?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was in a
Yeah.
workshop yesterday, and they was talking about the stuff, and what it said was, if you love me, show me. So did you love the folks over there? Did you come give us any of your time and talents, but you all up there with the club promoter trying to do security, trying to help pass out the drinks, trying to serve the chicken plates, you in the
Got your
parking lot
birthday party
with your
over
birthday
there
party.
down to the club.
So you love the club, and so you showed the club that you love the club because you was there giving them all your time and your money. Um
And your talents.
and your time, your money, and your talents. But you can sing, I can tear the house down, but you ain't sung in the church in 15 years. So if you love me,
Show me.
show me, let me know. So yeah, don't expect us to give you no chicken, no green beans, um, no potato salad, or no mashed potatoes.
But they get stomped down mad, y'all, because
But
they
you ain't been.
feel like we owe them
We
that
don't owe you.
much.
We don't owe
Just
you.
because your grandmama, God rest her soul, died back in 92. She was a member. You ain't been since she told you. But now all of a sudden, because Pookie and May May and Ray Ray them down got to acting a fool down to the
And
club.
then shot each other up. They all need to be eulogized.
What the club is just as big as the church. We can
Having
bring
that
the
club.
chairs and stuff up in here too. Y'all don't never get mad at the club owner or the club promoter. Y'all don't never come for him and talk about what the club promoter didn't do. But you let the pastor say we can't hold that here.
Cause baby,
Baby,
that's why I am late. Cause what they could not do was be at my church.
I love my pastor because baby, it don't matter. He gonna swing them doors open for whoever. But I still be in the background looking like, okay,
I
what?
mean, like, because you can't come to Jesus if you done already, if the blood ain't running warm in your veins.
What? Y'all ain't stepped foot this way. We done had all kind of fundraisers, all kind of drives, all kind of everything. Y'all ain't brought nothing this way. Y'all done took it down there to the club though.
Yeah, the
Y'all
youth done had a fish plate.
Yeah, they done did everything. They done had an egg hunt. You ain't brought the babies or nothing. But
Nothing.
need something. You expect us.
Look, you ain't even came on Easter to let the babies do their Easter speech that they ain't even learned and got to read off the paper.
Or somebody got to stand behind them and feed them the words.
So, do they not think that they inflict hurt upon us? We be hurt because you don't come but you want stuff from us. But that's a whole nother story.
Woo! But
You know,
though,
the parishioners, we get hurt too when you only come to us when you need or you want something from us, when we are pouring out and trying to live a life that is good in front of you so you can see, hey, you can still have fun in Jesus, but you
was that
only,
me and you, sissy? I was having a conversation with somebody. Was that me and you?
I
And
don't
I
remember.
said, I feel like the state of the church and the way that people was coming for the church, I almost feel like I've got to defend the
Yes,
church.
yes, that was a,
Cause don't like we might not be polite. That's my brother, and he might do his thing, but and I can say what I want to say about, but you can't come for my brother. Like I'm really tired of people really coming for the church now when you ain't did your little part. Now if you
I
did your
mean,
little part, you might
do
have
your
something,
part.
but if
But
you
see, this is
ain't,
about, if you was doing your part, you ain't got nothing to say no way, because then you realize that we're all imperfect people. We're all just striving, not even day by day, but second by second, to live a life that is pleasing to the King. It's not even, it's not even a day to day. It's breath by breath. Because you know what? Sometimes if you, I tell people, I'm SAV. I'm waiting on my ED
you got the ED yet.
because, baby, sometimes I might have to cover our little place and put that Jesus down and get you together, then go back and pick it up, and then after that, I'm gonna pray for you because I done had to get you together.
Whew.
I joke with my mom and dad. I be like, I'm not as saved as y'all, and they just chuckle a little bit. But I am pressing towards the mark of the higher calling. But baby, if you catch me at the wrong time,
I'm just saying.
I
but
don't
even
understand what you're entitled for. What do you think you're entitled to with the church?
Because they feel like because we are the church, you can do what you want to do, say what you want to say, but you're supposed to be that place that we come to for anything and you provide the need.
woo woo woo, I had a conversation with a couple of my brothers and sisters Wednesday, and we were talking about the standards of the church, how any other place, several other denominations, you can walk in and you have to abide by their standards in order
Mm.
to stay there. But baby, because we trying to catch and clean the fish, so our standards vary. Baby, let's just do the work of the Father. We got these standards, let's uphold them and go on about our business. If you can't live up to the standards that we are asking for, then this might not be the place for you. That's all I'm saying.
You
Because I'm
follow
still gonna be
everybody else's
pushing.
rules. You go
Because
to
I'm
work.
right.
You
When
do
you
what
go to
they
the
say do.
club,
You
when
do
you
what
go
they
to
say
the
do.
club, they want they $20, $25. You paying that to get in.
Sometimes the church be hurt by you too.
Sometimes the church be hurt by you too. And on that note, we're gonna go and shut that thing down. Cause we trying to survive too. This has been You, Me, and the Trinity's Christ Connections and Conversations. The hurt that keeps on giving, surviving church hurt, and are you hurting the church? We thank y'all. We love y'all. Catch us back next week, same time, same place, same YM3 channel. Now, when you come back, if you're catching this on the replay, make sure you like and subscribe and share. Thank you. Love y'all and good night.